Welcome back. The St. Lucia Association of Retired Persons presented its first ever scholarship on Friday. The chairman of the scholarship committee, Lyra Pascal, says the scholarship was awarded to one needy student and she will be taken care of for her entire 5-year secondary school journey.
On Friday, one lucky student received a 5-year scholarship from the St. Lucia Association for Retired Persons. The program is named the Slap Eldon Mathre Scholarship. Eldon Mathre was one of the early members of the Pensioners Association, now renamed SLAP. Chairperson of the Scholarship Committee and the Education Director of the St. Lucia Association for Retired Persons, Lyra Pascal, explained that the association took a different approach when fielding for potential scholars.
The idea of the scholarship was birthed on the premise that there are many students who have the ability but lack the wherewithal to be effective at secondary schools. It's true there's a place for everybody, but having a place is not enough. Having a place alone is not enough. They need support. Over the years, a number of organizations come out and give support, but all of these so far, or most of them, have been on a competitive level. That is, the scholarships only go to those who top, those who end up with the highest scores. But we thought differently. A lot of us being in the education system ourselves, I was very involved in the education system, and I realized that there are very capable students who never make it to the top.
Pascal explained that retirees in SLAP will be raising funds for the 5-year scholarship by giving monthly payments. The president of the association, George Lee, explains that people within the group are concerned and very supportive of the upcoming generation, and as such, the scholarship program may very well continue into the future.
As much as this is an organization of retired persons, that does not mean that because we are retired, that we completely forget. There are young ones coming up. And so we continue to have our outreach programs. And this year, we decided that we will look at the education sector. We know that there are families who have difficulties, they encounter difficulties sending the children to school. And we thought that this would be an area where we should make a contribution.
The daughter of Eldon Mathre, whom the program was named after, was on hand to present the scholarship agreement to the young recipients Shelley Ann Mercier and her mother, Sarah Lee Mercier.
Getting a scholarship is not just a random act, it's based on also your application and the fact that you merited this scholarship goes a long way towards how you will progress in the future. So I'd like to wish you all the best on behalf of not only myself, but my family as well. Mrs. Joan Matre would have liked to have been here today, but regrettably because of COVID, she's stranded abroad, and she would have liked to have been here as well. So without further ado, I'd like to present you with the scholarship and wish you all the best for the future.
The mother of the recipient expressed sincere thanks on behalf of her daughter and assured that her daughter will do her very best.
I'd like to thank the organization for this opportunity. As a single mother, it's very hard. So I'm grateful for the dental health, and I hope my daughter applies herself and make me proud and everyone else that's assisting her in furthering her education. Thank you.
The association has assured that the recipient will be monitored and guided throughout her 5 years of study. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Genevieve Gonzague.
Poetry Live, Voices of the Underground continued with another episode as part of the National Arts Festival Outreach. More in this report.
The Poetry Live hosts Hanson Narcissus and Tracy Pilgrim George broke the corner to Jeremy Street in Castries for the second episode of the Voices of the Underground series. Featuring scenes of the CDC sidewalk, the market, and bustling traffic, they gave the background of the street name.
We are currently on Jeremy Street, named after Chief Justice Sir John Jeremy of European descent, a judge during the period of 1825 to 1831. He was also a legislator and quite a controversial character.
Controversial?
Yes, the controversial based on the fact that, according to my research, he brought cases against people who mistreated slaves.
Continuing in similar format to the first episode, the work of another local musician, Living Life by Michael Robinson, was highlighted for its literary components.
I'm living life tonight.
This song celebrates a life of freedom and relaxation with friends in the open, enjoying nature. The use of alliteration with emphasis on the lateral sound of the letter L in the hook phrase and title of the song enforces the concept of existing in the moment. And the showpiece of the evening, poet Catherine Atkinson took the production team to one of her getaways, Mount Hardy, on the northeast coast of the island before the performance cue in.
Like a lot of my work is quite observational and arises from like meditations on landscape and so on. And even in my more character-driven work, what's happening is they are situated in a very specific landscape. I mean, I walk all along this area, this coast, and there are many little special spots and so on, but yeah.
We live on a beautiful island.
We live on a beautiful island, we really do. There were Sunday mornings when a sea bath felt like a second chance, and conversation with my grandpa, a Christian rite, a path through genealogy to redemption. The Nubian princess and the captain, the missionary, planter, duke, and slave, outposted outcasts, all charged for some sin of misstep or color deemed just as grave.
Matched with Atkinson in the episode is American poet Dorothy Parker, who had a reputation for sharp wit. Parker was an advocate for civil rights, anti-fascism, and refugees. Join the Outreach following for the next Poetry Live Voices of the Underground episode this coming Sunday. For the Government Information Service, I am Jessie Leonce reporting.
And finally, former U.S. President Barack Obama has announced the publication date of the first half of his memoirs. Obama, the first black president and husband of Michelle Obama, said the book would try to provide an honest account of his presidency. A Promised Land, as it is called, is set for release on the 17th of November, just 2 weeks after the U.S. presidential election. The Democratic leader won 2 elections and served as president between 2009 and 2017. Joe Biden, his vice president for those 2 terms, is challenging Obama's successor, Republican leader Donald Trump, for the presidency on the 3rd of November. This is the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. Sports and weather are coming up after the break.